Sylvester Stallone movie, Samaritan. Let me just put it up here so we can have a look at it. Here we go. Let me see. Where are you, Mr. Samaritan? So Samaritan is going to be to get a sequel, right? So the first one I haven't seen yet. I've wanted to see it. It's on my radar. I've got to, I want to see it, but I just haven't got around to it. And I was keen to see it because I love Sylvester, right? Sly.
Wait up, wait up. What are you doing with all this junk? Keep me busy.
Another long night of crime and violence.
Some say it's only a matter of time before the city implodes.
I think we're finished here. Go on, beat it.
I found him. Samaritan.
Samaritan died 25 years ago.
That's what they say.
You think you live across from a superhero? Do you have a therapist, kid?
Kid. Samaritan's dead. I pick up garbage for a living, pal.
Samaritan cleans up the streets.
You mind your business, I'll mind mine.
I don't believe you! Are you okay?
I'm cool.
How strong are you?
Not as strong as I once was. Things start to fall apart when you stop carrying. And I stopped carrying a long time ago.
How come you hate who you are?
For some people, it's too late to change the damage they've done. He's hiding something. I want him dead. Really?
The things you bury tend to haunt you.
Why did you disappear?
Hey, old man! Try this. Come on!
All right, so that is the Samaritan. Now, the good news is, as I mentioned, is that Samaritan is going to have a second, a sequel, right? I think the reason a lot more people aren't aware of it and didn't get a chance to actually see it is because it's on Prime. When you got a really, I don't remember if it came out in the movies, right? So the story itself is about a young boy learns that, that a superhero is thought to be died after an epic battle 25 years ago is in fact still alive, right? So there's a movie by Julius Avery, writer is Bragi F. Shoot, and they've just announced that there's going to be a sequel to it, which is why we're talking about it, right? So now, the guy has done escape room tournament of champions. Now let's see, what was escape room about? So let's have a look at escape room, right? Because if I can't remember if I'd watched this.
Little boxes on the hillside, little boxes made of ticky-tacky, little boxes on the hillside. And they all look just the same.
You want to control your life, but life isn't a science experiment. You can't contain your world forever. Try doing one thing that scares you over break, okay?
Yeah. This serves as an entry voucher
for Minos escape rooms.
Be the first to escape our most immersive room yet.
And win $1 million.
So, when does the game start?
I kind of want to watch that now. So yeah, escape room. As you notice that like there was Karen there, right, from Daredevil, right, which is Deborah Ann Woll, who, to be honest, I have a thing for redheads, right? Not why I did Incredi-Girl, of course, and we'll talk about her in a sec. But I just think, you know, it's something that really stands out. It's very unique, you know, having a natural red hair is quite unique because every time, you know, I know for our culture we usually have black hair, right? Every Indian almost has black hair. So when I remember a couple of years ago, I like basically got my hair the same color, you know, as the Crow's logo, right? Color. And I remember getting it dyed, and a friend of mine dyed it for me, Sonia, right? And at the time, I was, you know, I was part of a religious group, organization, and so as a student, because I was studying for hermeneutics, or the study of, you know, history, biblical history, and stuff like that, right? And so I went home. I mean, we went into town. I got like the bleach, and I got the red hair dye. I think it was fudge. Fudge. Can't remember. And then I got my hair done. And then the next day I went to class, and I was like, all right, yeah, I think go home and get it dyed black. All right, put it back to natural. So I went home and I dyed it black. So I had to get permanent black hair dyed to make it go black, which is probably why I think I've lost so much hair so quickly in my young age. I started losing hair at about 27, 26 because of bleaching my hair. But I mean, like, you can imagine me with, like, I mean, you probably can't imagine me, but right, the idea that I have this fire engine red hair because I love red hair. And plus I have the punk attitude, and you know, which now doesn't seem to be about coloring your hair. Isn't about punk. It's about just, you know, whatever. But back then, you know, in the 90s to early 2000, it was like that you kind of like, before it became popular, right, that having anything else apart from your natural hair color was kind of like you kind of lean to being anti-establishment. Now it seems you're part of the establishment if you have dyed hair. And so, which is weird. Did you think like that? Like now you can like be natural and you'll be anti-establishment if you're just natural, right? Have your natural hair color and stuff, and if you just be a regular bloke or girl, right? But yeah, so I love Deborah Wall. I think she's an amazing actress, and you know, tremendously, like seriously, when she was in let me just check here. What was that vampire thing? True Blood, right? When she was in True Blood as Jessica Hamby, I just, you know, I think she was the one character I loved more than anybody else because I felt like she was amazing in it, and I felt like, you know, her character was this this deep, well thought out character, you know, and I can't remember who was the creator of True Blood. Come on, where is she? Charlene Harris, right? Charlene Harris. And of course, you know, the series is based off her Sookie Stackhouse series, right? And what an amazing, you know, series. Like you kind of like, you know, you get to discover this other side of, you know, what the Americans always go as like the Midwest or like the so-called rednecks, but like you can see these people are just like everybody else. And I think that's one thing plus for me that I took away from the show that wasn't actually about the show itself, but about the people, was that these are regular people. And she did a great job of like just describing a community. I was talking to my brother-in-law in the weekend, and because we had dinner with my sister and him, and I was talking about how I've met so many people from Texas, you know, who, you know, through the podcast and through actual just through business and stuff like that with the comic books. and publishing that I'm involved with, that I found them to be much more closer to the New Zealand average Kiwi person than anybody else, because I find that like they just, they're more regular than you think. And then my brother like goes, and plus guns. I said, yeah, well, you got to understand their history, right? Well, where's the fact that they're in a situation where they got to defend themselves against certain things, and so you got to be mindful of that. You can't just say that they're just because they're gun-toting people, that they own guns. That means that they're out there just killing everybody. That's basically, it's about defense, the right to defense, right? Which is your alienable right as a human being to be able to defend yourself. And I truly believe that. You should be able to defend yourself. Now, the other thing is like, the fact she had red hair was just like I said, it's amazing for me. Like, I mean, and so if you haven't seen True Blood, and if you haven't seen, you should have, if you're watching this, you've already seen Daredevil series, right? She was amazing in it as Karen Page. And but yeah, I'm gonna definitely check out Escape Room. I think anything over 5 I'm keen on. Like anything that's got a 5 rating, I'll give it a chance. Sadly, some of them tend to get review bombed by the people that are working on it. But when you get something like 6.4, that it's actually a good, it's worthwhile watching, because they're not people just out there messing with the ratings or giving it 10/10 or something. But one thing I'm really excited about is I wish that, I don't know if was this released in the movies, The Samaritan. It cost $100 million, right? So when you're looking at a budget of $100 million, that's less than a Marvel movie, right? So there isn't going to be like $100 million worth of CGI. That looks bad, right? So let me see, did it actually get released? Well, it looks like it got released in the UK in different days. So let's have a look at the numbers, right? The numbers is a website which looks at how much each movie makes. So let me just grab that and let's see what it says, how much it made based on $100 million, right? So, because obviously if it's made enough money back, well, this is weird. So let's have a look. Let's pop up this numbers thing so I can show you guys what we're looking at here. So this is Samaritan numbers, right? Now, came out in 2022. Full financials, doesn't give it, right? And this is the thing with having a show go to a streamer. You have no information about it. Of course, Prime put in $100 million. They don't do, all the advertising is done, I guess, from YouTube or Dailymotion, stuff like that. Is it Vimeo? And other, social media paid sites, right? So, but as you can see, there's no financial information because it never ended up in the theaters that I'm aware of, right? Because otherwise the numbers would have the theater thing, right? All the details, there's nothing there. Box office, nothing, right? So which means it never went to the box office. But, I guess it's kind of like, it's supposed, it's a live action superhero movie, right? And like I said, I'm keen to watch it because I've been wanting to watch it. I like Sylvester. I like the idea of a show that's, kind of like a regular bloke type thing. And we all, like, as a writer, right? As a comic book writer, I'm always trying to write stories that is that I want to read. Right. The first thing you want to do is you want to write something that you would enjoy yourself. And then after that, you want to think about what other people would enjoy reading, right? And then also what they would like to see in the art and stuff like that.